Okay, so I did case study 10.1, Mealtime with a Toddler by Rebecca Rodriguez. So just some background information. So we're going to look at Josiah today. He's 22 months old, so about almost 2 years old, and he lives with his mother and grandmother. He stays at an early childhood daycare center during the weekdays, gets home around 6 p.m. After his mother gets out of work, and the staff have noted at the daycare that they are having a hard time getting him to sit during lunchtime. He usually walks around when he gets back from the daycare center. He usually walks around with a sippy cup of apple juice, unlimited apple juice. He's always walking around with it until dinner is ready, and frequently demands snacks of crackers, cheese, and cookies, and foods of that sort. He does not like to be in his booster seat chair and yells when they try to put him in it. His mother and grandmother eat quickly in front of the TV and feed him from their plates while they are watching TV, and he's watching TV as well. And they are concerned that Josiah is not eating enough for dinner. So question 1, describe the issues surrounding Josiah's mealtime behaviors. Mealtime for Josiah and his mother and grandmother are rushed and come with multiple distractions, including coming from the TV, being fed from the mother's plate, which she is most likely not paying 100% towards, which would affect his portion sizes of what he should be receiving, and not sitting at the dinner table able to develop social eating skills. He is also allowed to have unlimited apple juice and snacks before mealtime. That would be filling him up before mealtime, not allowing time and room for nutritious meals and nutritious foods. Toddlers at this age can self-regulate their caloric intake, so consuming foods such as apple juice and cookies will fill him up quicker, obviously with not the foods that he should be filling up on a lot of. Alright, for question 2, describe how Josiah's mother and grandmother could introduce new foods into Josiah's diet. So Josiah's mother and grandmother can focus on not only providing more nutritious meals, but allowing Josiah to help prepare the meals. Exposing him to the new food, whether on his plate during mealtime, helping in the kitchen, or watching his family eat, will expose him more to these new foods. Josiah will do what he sees his mother and grandmother doing. So if he sees them and helps them prepare the new foods and try these new foods, he will be more open himself to do it. There are simple tasks someone of his age can do in the kitchen, such as tearing lettuce, rinsing produce items, and snapping green beans. New foods can also be introduced with foods he is already familiar with. So, for example, if he is used to eating pasta, maybe incorporating whole wheat or whole grain pasta and zucchini with it. This will get him more used to eating the zucchini and give him a vegetable that's not have a really strong flavor, and it's incorporated in something that he would be familiar with. For question 3, what suggestions can you give for between meal snacks for Josiah? The snacks he is currently consuming are high in sugar and not nutrient dense, such as the cookies, crackers, and apple juice. This new foods that they should be focusing on are maybe fresh fruits, such as bananas and pears, Cheerios, and water or milk to drink. For question 4, what concerns do you have about giving Josiah unlimited access to juice in a sippy cup? With having unlimited apple juice, he is consuming more calories that should be consumed through more nutrient-dense foods. Along with the increase in calories, he is also consuming more sugar, which could lead to dental caries. And he should also start to get more used to the idea of drinking from a cup. Obviously, a cup can't be carried around by a 2-year-old, but drinking from a cup develops important motor skills with his mouth and his tongue. Especially during mealtime, they should begin to incorporate a cup, and again, maybe something like water or milk instead of apple juice all the time. Question 5, how can healthy eating behaviors be developed in Josiah? So during this age, self-feeding skills need to be developed. Even though toddlers prefer to eat with their hands, this can obviously get messy, but it is important to their development. Distractions, such as the television in this case, should be kept to a minimum to keep the focus on what the child is eating during that meal time. This includes handling of the food, the beginning of use of utensils such as a spoon, and experiencing the food's taste and textures, and developing social eating skills while watching the mother and grandmother eat. introducing new foods with familiar foods and replacing them with more nutrient-dense foods will expose him to more healthy eating behaviors. So question 6, should Josiah be encouraged to eat all the food on his plate before he is allowed to get down from his booster chair and play? Why or why not? I said no. Toddlers have the ability to regulate their energy intake. They should be encouraged and exposed to healthy and nutrient-dense foods, but they should not be forced to eat all the food on their plate. If he is forced to overeat, he could be consuming more calories, which could lead to overeating and weight gain. And down the line, he could have more trouble reading his own body cues that gives him the cues of hunger and fullness, which again could lead to eating disorders and or obesity. Toddlers need to be allowed to begin to control the amount of food that they eat rather than the parent pressuring them to eat more or what they shouldn't be eating. Okay, that's all my references. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.